Okay, welcome back to another Horror Room movie review, guys. And today we have Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. I have to say that when I was doing some research on this movie to find out like the box office and all that, it said that this one was really a fan favorite, a lot of people's favorite movie in the series. So I was really looking forward to this. And I could say that it has a really cool intro, opening segment. And it also has a lot of action. There's not a lot of downtime in this movie. It's pretty fast-paced, and Jason has a lot of kills just throughout this entire movie. So I have to say that I thought this was a pretty enjoyable, fast-paced horror movie for the slasher genre. But this one came out in 1986. Budget was $3 million. It made $19 million back. So it's starting to dwindle a little bit here as far as box office goes. Not by much, but just a little bit. And I actually read, interestingly, that this created a novel. Someone watched this and created a novel based off of it that involved Jason's father, who was cut from this movie. So they had a plan to eventually include Jason's father into this.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't either. But yeah, it's I thought that was interesting. So this movie, like I said before, has a really cool opening sequence. We see Tommy. He's back again. A little bit older. And really, everybody in this movie who dies, their blood is on his hands. He causes this entire catastrophe. Him and Horshack from Welcome Back, Kotter.
But he gets his instant karma, but just for being around, I guess, Tommy Vargas.
Yeah.
But Tommy Vargas seems to live.
Yeah.
And just to have all this blood on his hands.
So we see Tommy and Horshack. They're driving to the graveyard to destroy Jason. Tommy has the original mask. How? I don't know. He just does.
He just
so
does.
He wants to make sure that Jason's dead, so they start digging up the body. Surprise, he's dead.
How'd that happen?
He's in the coffin, and he's got maggots and everything all over him. I mean, he's pretty much rotted.
That's just not good enough for this piece of crap kid.
He gets pissed off. He grabs a giant metal pole off of the fence. He stabs Jason in the chest with it. Repeatedly, he tosses the mask down there, and then lightning strikes the pole, giving life back to Jason, and we get the indestructible force now of Jason. This is apparently how he gets his powers. He's just kind of like a zombie. Nothing can really keep him down. He just keeps coming and coming now. So yeah, Tommy brought Jason back to life.
His own stupidity. I mean, this guy was obviously a piece of crap since childhood.
Just constantly failing.
Constantly. Whatever he does, he has blood on his hands, and he just fails. And he's able to bring Jason back. Not of all things.
Yeah. So, Jason comes back to life. He immediately stabs his hand through Horshack, killing him. He takes the hockey mask, puts it on, and Tommy just gets the hell out of there. He escapes, and then we get the intro, the little video clip, where Jason does an impersonation of 007.
That was a really good part.
That was crazy.
Like, throws his machete.
Yeah, it's like his mask, and it gets closer and closer. It's like, doom, doom, doom. And then it's his eye, and then we see Jason walk by like 007 and then just turn and throw the machete.
Like right there, and it's slit. Yeah, it's so funny. No reason for that to be in here, but it was hilarious.
So, Tommy goes to the police station. He's trying to tell the cops that Jason's alive. The cops don't believe him, obviously.
I mean, the first thing he tells these cops is that his friend died. And they're like, nonchalantly just don't believe him. Just rub it down their back.
Yeah, they know who he is. They know his family was killed. He's had mental problems. Plus the Jason imposter from the last movie. Like, he's had constant bad luck with this Jason. So they probably just think he's crazy. He's ranting. Yeah. So they throw him in jail.
They do mention his mother and sister family. Now, we've never known anything what happened to mother. Ever.
Yeah, it never shows like the actual death of Tommy's mother. So I guess they assume. I've never seen the body.
And Tommy's never brought it up, and no one's ever asked.
Yeah.
And they just assume that she's dead, obviously, just because she's just been missing. It doesn't say that, but that's what I assume.
Yeah. That's kind of just like a running joke we have when we watch these movies that involve Tommy.
It's like where's Tommy's mom? It's like the one big plot hole.
So then we see a couple. They're driving their car. They see Jason in the middle of the road, so they stop. The boyfriend gets pissed off, gets out of the car, pulls a gun. Jason stabs him with the pole. The wife or the girlfriend offers Jason some money, and he just kills her too. So
it was a really good surprise bitch part of Jason. There's the very first one, really. Jason just like, she's offering Jason money, and Jason's like, and then it pans away to her, then it pans back, and there's no Jason. She thinks she's safe. You think she's safe. Then there's like, surprise bitch, Jason. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh man.
There's a lot of good surprise bitch Jason parts.
Yeah, he's doing it constantly the whole time, jumping out of all types of places. Although he does get surprised himself.
Dude, yeah. By the end of it, he got one surprise. I mean, we'll get to that. That's funny too.
Oh, they got the jump on him. So, some kids come to the jail. The sheriff's daughter, Megan, and some of her friends who are going to work at the camp. They've renamed it, but it's Camp Crystal Lake. They want to report the missing their missing friends who we just saw get killed. Tommy says it's Jason, and the cop decides that he's going to send Tommy away. He's kicking him out of town.
Yeah.
He's going to drive him to the line.
And still, the cop doesn't believe that he's their kids, which one is her daughter, his daughter.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't believe, like, the kids are missing. Like, this cop just doesn't care about having a job. It's like, he doesn't care about being sheriff at all.
He's got more important matters.
Yeah. He has to deal with this kid believing Jason's back.
So the kids from the jail who try to find out about their missing friends, they go back to camp, they're setting it up, stocking it with food, and then we see a school bus of kids arrive. We finally see campers come to Camp Crystal Lake. I imagine that this movie was supposed to be the basis for the regular Nintendo video game, because in that game you're rescuing kids from Jason. So I assume that's what the game's based off of, is this movie here. Then we see some people playing paintball in the woods. Jason kills one of them by ripping his arm off and then slamming his head into a tree that has a smiley face on it, and then it's like a bloody smiley face.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what they were going for here, if it was supposed to be funny or what. I assume it was. There was a few parts in this movie that had comedy that just wasn't really necessary, kind of took away from the moments.
Even the kids were trying to get into comedy.
Yeah. But the one cool thing is the guy he killed had a fresh machete.
Yes.
Like brand
new.
Dude,
it was shiny. It was nice, dude.
So Jason now has a fresh machete, and he uses that to kill some other people playing paintball, cutting all three of their heads off at once.
Triple kill.
Yes, instantly.
Beheaded. That was instant. That was awesome.
Which actually reminds me, he starts to chase another paintball guy, and we never see what happens.
No, it's like later on we get to see the cops are looking, and there's like pieces of him because they find his glasses first.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because we were talking about that because we didn't show him for like 45 minutes, like what happened to this guy.
Yeah, he just like vanished. So then we see Tommy. He's being escorted out of town by the cops, but he takes a detour to the graveyard. He wants to prove that he dug up Jason's body. However, the caretaker for the graveyard already covered it up. The deputy pulls out a gun with a laser scope revolver and points it at freaking Tommy and says, "You're coming with us, enough of all this crap." But I mean, it's a laser scope revolver here. Really, really unnecessary for a small town like this.
I mean, the scope was the size of like a fat baby leg. I'm talking about blam. Have you seen that baby that smokes in like where, like, I don't even know, some like third world country, but this fat kid, like, fat baby smokes a cigarette. You find it on YouTube. Look up that YouTube. You see this baby's fat leg like this. Who doesn't know it? I can't believe you don't know about this.
I know the one where they're like dancing. Is he dancing?
No, this is a fat like 1-year-old in a diaper, like fat 2-year-old in a diaper smoking cigarettes constantly. I'm telling you, his legs like a ham. That's how big this laser scope is on this like this little ass gun.
Yeah, and I think it has no purpose. I mean, if you don't believe in Jason, then why do you even have this? So, I mean, if you believed in Jason, I would understand. But, I mean, they don't even believe in him, so what the hell?
It wasn't even terrorism right now. There's no reason to have this.
And then there was this really just bad dialogue some of these people say. Like, the caretaker says something here about farthead.
Farthead.
And then later on, the deputy calls Tommy a turd. And just... stupid, cheesy
and then
ass
even like
lines.
later on, Tommy calls Jason a maggot head.
Yeah, he's like, "Come on, maggot head.
Come on, maggot head."
So freaking stupid, man. That was just bad writing.
Yeah, that's when you don't have anything else to think of.
Yeah, but it's 1986. I'm gonna give it a pass. I don't know why.
I mean, we were.
So yeah, then we see like Jason kills the caretaker with a broken bottle to the throat. A couple out in the woods having a picnic or something sees this. They try to escape. Jason stabs both of them with the machete. Both at one time. A double kill here, right after the triple kill.
Mm-hmm.
So then we see some people from camp. They're having sex in an RV. Sadly, this is the only dance, 80s dance we get, and it wasn't even really a dance.
I mean, she's dancing like while having intercourse on top of him.
Yeah.
So do you really characterize it as... I asked you.
No.
Yeah.
We had Crispin Glover
Yeah.
in part 4. That was awesome.
Really good.
Then we had Violet in part 5 with that robot shit. That was
To the awesome
amazing.
song. Yes.
Really hard to
But this-
decide which is better. This one, no, really cool.
No
80s.
buy, yeah. There's just no pop for this.
So Jason pulls the power on the RV. They go to check on it, and then they can't. They see that it's been cut, so they get in to try and escape. They're driving away. Jason's in the RV with them. He kills the girl. He smashes her face in through the wall. It's like a metal pan or something,
Yeah.
and just the indention of her face
Of
on
her
it.
face. That's a comedic role right there. That's very Acme.
Yeah, that was a cool scene, I thought. And then he just stabs the other kid in the head with a Rambo knife.
Yeah.
So.
I hated this kid from the beginning, dude.
Oh god, that kid was
This
horrible,
kid
man.
had like, back in the day, I'm sure we all grown-ups know, the kids are have like the jean shorts, if they're not acid washed, they have a big hole about the size of a Kentucky down the size all the way down their both pant legs. So, I mean, that's real cool for the time.
Yeah. So he kills both of them, the RV wrecks, and then Jason just climbs on top of it like he's the supreme badass.
Yeah.
That was a cool scene.
It was. It's like, I'm the king of the world.
So then the sheriff gets a call from the deputy saying that they found the missing people killed with Jason's MO. And you had mentioned something about that.
When does Jason have an MO? What's Jason's MO? Killing people? That's what you said. It's like just dead people is his MO.
Yeah, you find dead bodies, Jason's probably around somewhere.
I mean, that's Jason's doing. It's his MO. It's dead bodies.
Numerous bodies.
I mean, what detective work?
Yeah. So the sheriff goes to investigate this, and he thinks that Tommy did it to convince them that Jason is real. They mention that it is Friday the 13th.
First time they mentioned this, good thing.
Yeah.
This is actually the first time they brought it back to Friday the 13th. It has been Friday the 13th, and well, since the first Friday the 13th, it was like it's been that long.
So Tommy is reading books on the occult. He calls the sheriff's office to tell him something about Jason, but his daughter Megan comes to pick him up. She wants to help Tommy. She thinks he's cute or some shit like that.
Which, this is a very weird, like, every time, I don't understand the whole, like, them liking each other throughout this whole movie. It's just a weird concept to me.
Yeah. We see, meanwhile, Jason shows up at the camp and just rips a girl's head off. Twist and pulls her head off.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty badass scene. And later we see him carrying her headless body. And I thought that was pretty good. They did a good job with a lot of the gore in this one. Then we see a car chase where Megan picks Tommy up and she's driving and she runs into a roadblock by the cops. She turns and just starts driving.
There's so many question marks around this whole few minutes. There's so many question marks about what's happening, why she's doing what she's doing, and why he's doing what he's doing.
She tells him to put his head down.
He said that.
So he puts his head in between her legs. We get a kind of camel toe shot.
Yeah. Which, now I think about it, he kind of like is twisted funny because he's looking in at her. And when he's in the passenger seat, he would have to be like super twisted.
And the worst part is, after the cops see him and she's driving, he continues to stay down there. Even though they know what the hell is going on, he's down there for like a good 3 minutes.
Yeah, she even asks him, stay down. Why? No, just stay down. That's all.
Yeah,
just,
it was, oh god, just lame.
terrible. No reason for this. Driving backwards for the whole time.
Yeah, and then those lame-ass U-turns.
Oh, the U-turn was terrible. I mean, it was terrible.
Yeah. So, one of the campers shows a counselor a bloody machete that she found outside. She takes her back to bed, and we see Jason watching from the windows. He's spying on all the campers. Tommy and Megan are back at the jail. They get caught. The sheriff gets a call about the kids from the RV, and Megan says it couldn't have been Tommy because he was with her the entire time. However, the sheriff still puts Tommy in a cell.
Still doesn't believe it.
He's not taking any risks, damn it.
Damn it, don't take any risks.
So,
Not with a real or fake Jason out there.
So then Jason kills the counselor who he was watching, and it kind of happens behind a door, but then we see her body come through the window, and then Jason just pulls her right back in.
I kind of liked it how he really manhandled this body.
Yeah.
Like he just tossed her out, then just yanked her back in.
Yeah, he was a good monster here. Megan helps Tommy escape and steals the deputy's laser scope revolver. They lock him in the cell, and Tommy and Megan leave to go to the camp. The sheriff and a bunch of cops show up at camp. Jason kills one with a throwing knife, like Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's what he made. It was like, that was a pretty good surprise, bitch.
Yeah, that was good. Jason breaks another guy's face, I guess, after taking about 4 bullets. He just grabs his face, and then that's it. We just hear a cracking sound. So.
Yeah, I guess he tried to crush it, but that was really good because he kept shooting him.
Yeah.
Nothing was stopping this Jason.
And you said should have been 3D eyeballs popping out.
Yeah, he's like crushing it. It's like, where's my 3D scene?
So the sheriff tells the little kids to hide under the beds, and he goes off after Jason. He shoots him with a shotgun. Jason, of course, keeps coming back. The sheriff just takes off running into the woods. We see Megan and Tommy show up. Then it cuts back to the sheriff, who attacks Jason, gets the surprise bitch.
Dude, the surprise bitch sheriff
just beats the crap out of him with a log, a rock. He's just wailing on Jason, and then Jason just breaks him in half.
Dude, so cool.
Yeah, this was a badass scene here. He just grabs the guy and pushes him back, and his body just collapses on itself.
Yeah. He's like swatting a gnat away.
Yeah, this was a Jason scene right here. I was really happy with this one. Then we see Tommy. He's tying a chain around a rock, and he's heading off into the lake on a boat.
I'm surprised
he's got some crazy idea.
I'm surprised his plan didn't involve wearing a mask. That's not think about it.
Wasn't he supposed to be crazy at the end of part 5?
He's been supposed to be crazy at the end of like everyone, even as a small Tommy. He was crazy. He was crazy. He was just
Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
Oh,
even
God.
as Billy Corgan, he was crazy.
So Jason shows up at the camp where the little kids are, and he busts into the cabin. He's about to kill Megan, but Tommy lures him away into the lake. Now, I mentioned here that Jason is about to kill Megan, and then Tommy says, "Hey, over here, MAGA head." So he turns to him, and then Megan screams, so he turns back to her. You could seriously survive a Jason attack just by doing this.
Yeah.
Just by both calling his name. He would be so confused he would never attack anyone.
He was confused. It was hilarious. He's like, he turned strictly all the way around, waited, and he's like, "Come here, MAGA head." He's like, turn all the way around.
I mean, you could survive the entire movie just doing this to Jason.
That was good.
So he eventually heads out to the water. He disappears under the water. So Tommy spreads a circle of gasoline on the lake and lights it. So now he's surrounded by flames and trying to get this chain on Jason. Jason jumps out of the water, breaks the boat in half. He has a struggle with Tommy. Tommy gets the chain around his neck, and Jason sinks to the bottom of the lake. He drags Tommy down with him, and we just see Tommy's body float up like he drowned. So Megan jumps out to the lake to try and rescue Tommy here. Megan uses the propeller on the boat to, I guess, cut Jason's neck. I'm not sure what the hell happened.
I thought it was just like, cutting his face apart. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure because it didn't really show anything coming off of him. It looked like he was just
his mask didn't even cut off. I mean, his mask stayed on him.
Yeah, so she does that, and it seems to stop him. So she grabs Tommy's body, she takes him on land, gives him CPR, He's fine. Tommy's still alive.
He deserved to fucking die.
We see a little kid with a He-Man t-shirt on, which I popped for.
Yeah, very.
That was
high
good.
pop for that. Masters of the Universe.
And then the last thing we see is Jason floating in the lake with his eyes open. So, of course, he's still alive.
He already came back to life.
Yeah, they didn't even wait till the next movie. Jason's still alive.
He's already invincible, this movie.
And then through the credits, we get some Alice Cooper.
Well, it did mention, like, there was this part very end where Tommy believed he had these occult books, and he believed that taking Jason back to where he, lived or whatever?
His home.
Okay, that's it. Now, listen to this. He wanted to take back to his home to kill him. And he puts him in the lake. Now, you mentioned that lake is not his home.
No, that's a horrible place to take him. That's where he died. So, I mean, I don't even see the logic in that.
That just pisses him off. Now he has to deal with that. Now, Tommy, you have this coming, man.
At the very least, his home would be that shack from the second movie.
Yeah.
Where he had his mother's head. That would be his home.
That's his home.
Yeah, not in the bottom of a lake that's drowned
down. That's depressing, bro.
Yeah. So
that didn't help your case. And he's still alive.
Yeah, so we still get Jason, and that was it really. Like I said, I thought it was good in the sense that there was a lot of action, there was a lot of the kill scenes. I didn't care too much for some of the lame comedy. The car chase scene was just brutal.
Stupid.
But
a lot of the dynamic between the male and like Tommy and Megan were just stupid, just make for comedy, bad comedy, stupidness.
Yeah, so I didn't really care much for that, but I have to say this is one of the better Jason movies. I don't think it's my favorite out of the 6 we've watched.
Best so far? I don't know, man. I mean, I think after the last movie, when it's such a lackluster, when everybody was hoping for so much more, this movie just above and beyond what you wanted to see from a Jason movie. He's in freaking invincible.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got what's your favorite?
Right now, I have to say I enjoyed 3.
I was going to say that. It's like a third one would have to be like the least for the second one.
Yeah, that's
Second
the
or
one where
first.
he supposedly
Best.
dies. The girl has the vision at the end, but she asks where's the woman or the boy. That's the one where he's falls off the barn and gets hung,
Yeah.
and then we see his face again, and she hits him in the head with the machete, giving the hockey mask the big cut we all see. I really liked part 3. I think so far it's where he first gets the hockey mask.
He becomes full Jason, really.
Yeah, so I did enjoy that one a lot. But yeah, that's our review of Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, and we will be back next week with Part 7. So yeah, I have high hopes for this one.
Yeah. Sadly, no Joanna Man in this movie.
He's dead, man. He's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope you guys like this video. Leave your thoughts on it in the comments below, and we'll be back next Wednesday. So thanks for watching.